Welcome to week 1 of the 12-week challenge. This week's nutrition is going to be focusing on beverages, and more specifically, what we're going to eliminate and limit throughout the duration of this challenge. Now, the elimination is going to be of sugary drinks, sodas, juices, added sugars as far as tea or in the tea and coffee. If it's unsweetened tea or black coffee, you're going to be fine, but we want to get rid of any kind of excess sugar. What happens when we take in sugar or sugary drinks is that we get a spike in our blood glucose levels, and not only do we maybe get like the jitters or we get kind of that sugar high or that sugar rush, what's happening is we end up releasing insulin from the pancreas, and then that gets stored as glycogen in either the muscles, the liver, or fat. And if it's not around a workout and there's no real reason to take in that much glucose, it gets stored as fat primarily. Now, what we can do to replace this is to just drink water and add lemon or lime and a little bit of salt to it. Or if you need to kind of break the monotony of not having that fizzle that you were maybe getting with soda, try sparkling water. Try something like a Zevia or something like that that is all natural and doesn't have any impacts on blood glucose levels. Now, what we're going to limit is going to be caffeine, and we're talking about coffee and energy drinks. And the goal here is going to be the AM only, and even more specifically, if you can cut it down to 1 serving. Now, becoming dependent on caffeine, it's easy to do if you're not getting good sleep, and then what happens is it becomes a vicious cycle. You wake up tired, you drink coffee. You get through your lunch, you drink more coffee. You go about to work out, you drink more coffee. And then you end up affecting your sleep going into the next day. All right, what ends up happening is we become insensitive or desensitized to caffeine, and it's no longer really working for us. So if we start limiting this to the morning or even just 1 serving, we'll kind of get more sensitive to caffeine, and when we want to take it, it'll actually work and help us out. All right. Now the next thing is going to be alcohol, and it says as little as possible. And I don't have a set number for how much you should drink, because realistically, you really should do as little as possible. Every time you drink alcohol, you have to process it through the liver before you're processing any of the other energies as far as like fats or glucose. And also, it really affects the sleep. You end up seeing this cycle of drink caffeine to stay awake, and then drinking alcohol to go to sleep. And even if you're only having a couple, beers or glasses of wine every night, that's a habit you need to break in order to improve your quality of sleep. If you have limited hours in at night that you can actually sleep, you could get really good sleep in, 6 or 7 hours if you just eliminate, the things and limit your caffeine and alcohol intake. You can improve the quality, and then you could have more energy throughout the day.